and he blames racism for being fired rather than his performance. Then his lawyer calls him the Rosa Parks of NFL. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Now I have to talk about it more. First of all, part of the lawsuit quite literally is about how he was getting bonuses because they wanted him to lose more. Like, I'm sure Steven Crowder is a big tough guy. He knows enough, right? If I know this about the NFL, that like franchises like their teams to fucking tank so they can get better draft picks, then he must know this too. He's a big muscle man. He's a big macho man, you know? How does he not know? That's so strange.
But I don't know a whole lot about the NFL, so this is time for Gerald Actually Knows Sports.
Oh, he doesn't know a whole lot. Oh, he's a Canuck. That's why. He's like, I don't know a whole lot about the NFL, but talk to me about hockey.
All right, so the only thing I know about the Miami...
Thank you, Dumpster Baby, for the 5 gifted subs, and thank you, Dre Klaus, for the 5 gifted subs.
Dan Marino, and that's because I watched Ace Ventura.
There you go.
So tell me what is going on. There's this guy, Brian Flores.
Yeah, head coach Brian Flores has filed a class action lawsuit. He purports to represent 40 other individuals, and he's saying that the NFL's hiring practices for black coaches were racist. So let me just give you just a little information about this. He's suing 3 teams right now. He's fired by the Miami Dolphins after 3 seasons.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At a certain point, I don't have any shits left to give. I mean, the NFL.
Well, yeah.
You're talking about the significant portion, I think, the majority of NFL players, but now they're saying, yeah, but not enough coaches.
Dude, what the fuck is he saying? Like, the part of the NFL that is unironically a meritocracy, okay, is, for the most part, the player position. You can't get away with stacking the deck with shitty players, okay? You can't fucking do that. That's precisely the reason why 70% are black. That is like literally the closest you can get to a meritocracy. Whereas coaches are still important, but you definitely can pick inexperienced coaches, bad coaches, and still get away with it.
Let's go.
Especially considering that most coaches are coming, and this might shock you, from the player base. That's the reason why people say the player base is 70% black, but the coaches are not. Like, obviously, it doesn't have to be 70% black coaches, but don't you find it a little strange that the labor force is 70% black, but then the coaches, which is like kind of a managerial position while you're still definitely a worker in that circumstance, like the coaches just are not. There's no proportional representation in any meaningful capacity. I wonder why that happens. Incredible stuff.
Well, here's the thing. It's like coaches and people in the front office, and it's like, well, we got a lot of assistant coaches.
Sure.
Not enough, blah, blah, blah.
That's
right, so 3 teams that are being sued, the Dolphins, Broncos, and Giants. And let's just keep in mind that one of the reasons that he was fired is because in 3 seasons, he went 24-25 with the Miami Dolphins. So 24-25. Now, I know like you may think this is like baseball, and he can turn it around at the end of the year with 170-something games.
I didn't think that, but sure.
That's not true. I know it's like 150. But anyway, that's really bad. He was paid $3 million a year to...
This is why I'm a Euroboy. What the fuck? Why would a team want to lose? What is this fucking shit? Holy fuck. Teams want to lose because of the way that the draft system is designed, okay? And it's the same for like the NBA as well, even though I think the NBA has a rule against this now to prevent this from happening. But sometimes franchises want to tank their fucking season specifically so they can get a higher draft pick, because one singular fucking star, which one, by the way, you can trade your draft picks as well, but one singular star that is at the top of the fucking lottery can straight up change your next season. That's why they do this. That's why they fucking, pay to lose, basically. Not pay to lose, but you know what I mean. The problem for him, the problem for Flores was that he was too good. Even when the franchise, like the owners wanted him to lose.
13 months of Twitch brain rot.
So much so that the second part of that is, the second part of the fucking lawsuit is that they were trying to pay him to lose.
Achieve
$3 million
mediocrity.
Okay.
Yes. So this is almost like Colin Kaepernick getting paid to suck.
It's just like
quite a
Roots.
bit. Right. So according
And that guy knows this, by the way. If he knows sports, he knows that. I don't know sports and I know that. So that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Maybe because my best friend is a Jets fan and he tells me every fucking season that like this is the season, like we're actually losing on purpose so that like we can finally get like, I don't know, this guy or that guy, whatever the fuck. I hear it literally every time. But honestly, like if I know that as someone who doesn't watch any fucking football whatsoever, then, you know, two old white dudes on a fucking conservative talk show, like one of them is supposed to know this reality. So for him to just completely avoid that, for him to completely avoid mentioning that, wait, you mean to tell me Steven Crowder's fluffer isn't being 100% honest? Yeah, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, how the fuck? How is he not going to mention that? Like, that's so silly. Won't his audience know this? I thought conservative, like, you know, big macho men, I thought they watch football. They love football. It's like fucking manly, you know? I thought their consumption was tied back to their sexuality and their sexual identity and all this sort of other shit. Will they not recognize that that's what teams do? Thank you, Fabian Simpicalist, for the 5 tier 1 gift subs.
According to what is out right now, he's alleging the Dolphins owner, Stephen Ross,
12 years of coach,
incentivized him, I'm just going to keep going, to tank in 2019 by offering $100,000 per loss. Now, that's pretty interesting because that would just increase the position of your draft. So if you lose the most games, you know, like Detroit, Dave, you guys are...
He had 2 straight winning seasons with the Dolphins after he was asked to throw the first season on the team. Never happened to a white coach before. 2 straight winning seasons and fired. I'm a big Finns fan my whole life. I'm sorry to hear that.
You guys get to pick first and maybe get the best athlete, and so a lot of times it's a quarterback.
Wait, Detroit gets #1 picks, and they're still Detroit Lions?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
they've done
we just don't do much
really
with them.
poorly with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd insult him back, but he's just right.
I'm right. Okay. And I want them to be better. You know,
I know you do.
Their quarterback is going to the Super Bowl this year. He's just no longer with their team.
I know your heart's in the right place.
So Flores says
The problem with Detroit is there's just so much ethnicity.
Right.
There's a lot of race.
So this is about race, right? So this whole lawsuit, race, right? He says that he was pressured to illegally recruit a prominent quarterback. I'm not sure how that's about race. And this is how his lawyer, Flores' lawyer, described the situation.
And litigation's not for everyone, but he stepped forward. He's been referred to as the Rosa Parks of the NFL.
By you.
And it's testament to his character. And the litigation will create change.
Really?
Can a reporter just ask? I just want one of those people at the desk, just when he goes, yeah, he's been referred to as a royal. I want, without skipping a beat, one of those reporters to go, that's absolutely not true.
Well, first of all, she took the bus because she was making roughly $3 million a year.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Dude, it's always so funny because it's like, they always talk about fucking the salary, right? Oh, you shut the fuck up. You make too much money. Shut the fuck up, right? Right wingers love doing this. Let's look at like the, I don't know, average coach salary in the NFL, because he got $3 million. Let's see what the average coaching salary is. The average NFL coach makes $2.1 million. NFL coaches make the most in San Francisco with 3.3. Average compensation is 51% greater than the average. Wait, hold on. I'm getting conflicting reports on this. Never mind. Sorry. The current head coaches from whom data is available, the NFL coach makes $6.6 million annually on average. That was wrong. The median salary from available coaches is $5.5 million. The remaining 7 coaches are mainly new appointed ones, so the financial aspect of their contracts is still a mystery. But here are the list of NFL coaches, NFL head coach salaries. Bill Belichick with $12 million. This is from 2021. Bill Belichick, $12 million. Urban Meyer, $12 million. Pete Carroll, $11 million. John Gruden. Brian Flores, out of the fucking 25 coaches, Brian Flores is the last place. He's literally at the fucking bottom, dude. Are you that horny to just be racist? I didn't know that this was going to be the case, okay? I did not know. I just wanted to Google it. I wanted to see what the fuck was going on. Okay. I wanted to see what was happening. Now, people are going to say Mike Tomlin is at $8 million, but that's not what we're talking about. Right now, what we are talking about is Brian Flores' $3 million salary. Okay. We're talking about his personal salary that they're saying is incredibly high. Oh, I can't believe he's getting paid so much money to fucking lose. I can't believe he's getting paid so much money to suck. Okay? Just understand that I'm not referencing like specifically black coaches getting paid less or anything like that. What I'm simply stating is they are making it seem as though he is getting paid a lot of fucking money to lose. Okay, wait, what is this? What about these coaches? What? Denver 7-10 fired. New York Giants 4-13 fired? Question mark. What? Okay, sports guys, stop. You're throwing a lot of info my way. Okay, and it's too much.
My rat died last night, but I am happy to be here.
Mike Tomlin has been a head coach for like 15 years. Is not comparable. $8 million is shameful.
Exactly like Rosa Parks with your $3 million
With her gold-plated bus pass.
Exactly. What bus are you at the back of? Because I would like to be there too.
Oh my gosh.
It's a pretty nice bus.
The Rosa Parks of the NFL.
Well, and he's saying basically that
Because they would sick dogs on him if he sat in the wrong
Yes.
seat.
Now, remember, if you make any substantial amount of money, you're not allowed to complain. It's just so fucking stupid. Like, what do you think he should be getting paid, dickhead? Do you think he should be getting paid even less than what he's getting paid? Like, yeah, $3 million a year is a lot of fucking money, but like, what do you, like, in comparison, he's literally one of the fucking greatest coaches on the planet for football right now, okay? If he's able to get to a head coaching position, that's it. He is magically and automatically one of the fucking best coaches right now.
Also, of course, NFL is racist, lol.
Like in comparison to he's not one of the best. Dude, I'm saying in comparison to like literally everyone starting off with your dad that's coaching a fucking little league team all the way up to all the available coaches that are out there. If you make it as a coach into the fucking NFL, you definitely have hit a certain level of fucking coaching. That's what I mean. 32 out of fucking 7 billion people on the planet is not, they're not maybe exactly top 32. Maybe they're in the top 1,000, but it's still, you're one of the best fucking coaches. Okay? Like, that's not that ridiculous of a fucking take. I don't know why you guys are like losing your shit. I'm not saying he's literally the best. I'm saying, but with respect to all the people coaching on the planet, all the people coaching football on the planet, they're some of the best. And even then, on top of that, on its own merits, Brian Flores is good, okay? Had to deal with a fucking shitty roster and a fucking team that wanted him to lose, specifically so they get better picks in the draft. And then even then, he had back-to-back winning seasons. First Dolphin coach in 20 years to have back-to-back winning seasons, like with a fucking shit roster. Ultimately, like, he's a good coach. He's fucking too good, if anything.
Exactly.
So the NFL's had a problem with
Rosa
race.
Parks had a what's it called? One of those executive boxes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, everybody, the NFL...
Like, you can't be in the front of the executive box. You got to be at the back with the shrimp.
Yeah, get back by the pizza.
From the Golden Corral. We had it brought in special.
Why would the fact that a white guy said that? Okay, look, I'm gonna jump back on what I said about Whoopi. That guy should lose his job.
Well, yeah.
Before you move on, let's play that clip one more time.
Yeah, let's just put it out.
Oh God, they're so fucking annoying. I mean, it's literally built around assuming that their audience that probably does watch football being so racist that they will not recognize that what they're saying is idiotic. Like, that they will not recognize that this dude was in a team that was like, trying to fucking lose, that his roster wasn't good, and even then he was still outperforming, that he's historically good ultimately, that he's criminally underpaid in comparison to the rest of the fucking league. He's the least paid person that they're saying is getting paid so much money. Like, you have to be so fucking moronic to not recognize, like, I don't know anything about sports. Remember, I don't know anything about sports. It took me one Google search to fucking figure out that, like, you know, Flores is getting paid $3 million. How are you going to fucking cry about how much money he's making when he's like literally the 25th highest paid, highest salaried coach, or 29th, sorry, highest salaried fucking coach in the league? That's so stupid. Like, I don't even know any of this shit. So why do you keep saying he had the worst team in the roster and he's a great head coach without knowing anything about the sport law? Because even I know the fucking basics. Even I understand the fundamentals. That's what I'm saying. Even I understand the fundamentals of the argument. That's the point. That, like, even in all of my fucking lack of knowledge, okay, even in all of my lack of knowledge about the sports, even then I understand the fundamentals of how certain things work. What, Nick Adams? What do you think about this tweet? Brian Flores is a complete and total idiot. I can't believe I defended him when the Dolphins fired him. Wrongfully playing the race car when you don't get your way is one of the most despicable things a person can do. I hope he never gets a job in the NFL. I don't care about some fucking random racist asshat nobody, dude. Okay? Fuck this guy.
Second month Twitch frog.
It's not about who you are. It's about who you know. You should know that. Same thing with streamers. Your fundamentals are wrong. Yeah, dude, I wonder if networking is so fucking important. I wonder if being black kind of stops you from being a part of the networking opportunities. If it's not even about fucking merit, which I don't agree. Yes, you are right. But the argument that you're quite literally making is the argument that I'm making. You just don't want to say there's racism involved in it. But yes, that is true. Yes. Oh, just it's not about who you are. It's about who you know. Exactly. And who you know is severely limited when you're a black coach. When you're a black player that is not being elevated to coach status. So thank you for making my point for me while thinking you were making a different point. What is this? Here's a totally real story where you know every detail is legit. Lindsey Graham was at the garbage dump this weekend when he got some unsolicited input on his favorite Supreme Court nominee, Judge Michelle Childs of the U.S. District Court for South Carolina. 3 guys in pickup trucks came up to me and said, she seems like a nice lady. I'm tired of this Harvard-Yale stuff. The great equalizer is the garbage dump because everybody's got to throw out garbage, Graham said in an interview Tuesday. I was struck by what they thought. Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, that definitely happened. Also, this is Jim Clyburn's pick. Remember how I told you guys that the person, Michelle Childs, is Jim Clyburn's pick for the Supreme Court? And I told you guys, I don't know anything about her, but immediately, if Jim Clyburn is fucking advocating for this person, she's bad. Yeah, I was right. Like 100%. Lindsey Graham wants her. Jim Clyburn wants her. Here it is. David Dayen, friend of the show, David Dayen for The Prospect, wrote a new article showing Michelle Childs' background. Michelle Childs was a management side labor lawyer. She's also notable for several tough on crime rulings that were so out of step legally that they were routinely overturned by higher courts. So a Clyburn spokesperson responded to this report. The insinuation that Jim Clyburn would support a nominee to the Supreme Court with the intent to undermine criminal justice reform is so preposterous that it discredits the entire integrity of this entire report. Come on, bro. That would never happen. That's crazy. Isn't there something disingenuous about someone, Crowder, having a take on literally everything race related and all of it is predictable? How can his audience not put 2 and 2 together? Because his audience is not going there to get His audience is going there to get fucking the same information over and over again. They want their biases to be confirmed. And it's the same for me too in most circumstances. Let's be fucking real. Except the difference is I'm advocating for things that you might not have heard before, okay? So that's the main difference between me and Steven Crowder. A lot of people come in here because they're like, either they're like, what the fuck is this Hasan guy about? I've never heard of him. I've never seen this dude. All I hear is like that he's shitty. I'm going to go in and maybe like say some dumb fuck shit in his chat. Or a lot of people come in here and go, I want to learn a little bit more about what this dude's worldview is. Because obviously, like, as this community has grown throughout time, you have to still recognize that, like, there is, you have to still recognize that, like, there aren't that many people that think the way I do or think the way that you do now, okay? That's just the unfortunate reality. In the United States of America, there are a lot of people who agree, okay, when it comes to the original primary principles of like empathy, sharing is caring, that sort of stuff, right? But they don't know how to communicate those desires, and they are totally fucking caught up in the left-right dynamic. They're totally caught up in the fucking Democrats versus Republicans dynamic. Steven Crowder is just a regular Republican, and he's also preaching white supremacist attitudes. That is quite literally just the fundamental starting point for so many American social conditioning. So a lot of them want to go somewhere where they get their social conditioning reinforced. Okay? So that's the main difference between someone like myself and Steven Crowder. Like, I'll never be able to get the same kind of like affirmative bias-seeking, confirmation bias-seeking attitudes from my community because I am preaching against the institutional hierarchy. I'm preaching against the main social conditioning that you normally start off with. Okay? So it's always funny whenever people are like, dude, Hasan just has a fucking league of sycophants. He's just building an echo chamber. He's building an echo chamber. It's like, yeah, I'm building it. The echo chamber itself did not exist, though. No. That's the main difference. The echo chamber itself is not in existence. Like, so many people in my community were not, would never have identified as socialist or even social democrat or even more than like a fucking Democrat. Some of them would have identified themselves as Republicans, libertarians, all this other shit many, many years ago before they came into this community. The point is, like, what I advocate for and what I fucking, yeah, see, Lamau, you're a typical woke leftist echo chamber. Yeah, exactly. Except the difference is there is no fucking leftist echo chamber, or there is no fundamental, not fundamental principles, but rather there is no like fucking reinforcement of leftist principles and leftist values in any sort of fucking media. Okay? Like, Steven Crowder is creating an echo chamber of right-wing ideas, and the reality is there's a lot of that everywhere, okay? You're born into a country that has like a lot of right-wing values built into mainstream ideology, into its own institutions. Like, there is no communism or socialism built into our capitalist organization of the economy.
Affirmative action is racist.
You respond to every sock account's first message. Okay, shut up. You know what I mean? Well, you don't know what I mean. You don't know anything. But all you know is just fucking, yes, there is. All social media, yes, there is. No, there isn't. That's bullshit. And if that was the case, I wouldn't be getting fucking banned nonstop, you idiot. How do you match up with that? That I get banned to the same frequency as fucking Steven Crowder. You know, a guy who's like literally recreating George Floyd's execution, okay, to make jokes about it. Like, all of social media is communist. All of social media is socialist. Really? That's what you think? You think like, all of these billionaires that own social media platforms are socialist? That's what they're doing? Like, Jeff Bezos is socialist. Like, the world's wealthiest fucking billionaires are just promoting socialism. They're doing socialist agitated propaganda. Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook is a socialist. This is what happens. This is your brain on American ideology. I don't know why I'm having to defend him. He's banned everywhere. What? Defend who? Steven Crowder? We're currently watching him on his majorly successful YouTube show.
1.25 years of brain rot. Let's go.
So go off. Find it. Public schooling, welfare systems, police, firefighters, all socialist systems. Wait, what? First of all, no, those are social programs and social safety nets. None of those are actually social. None of those are actually socialist. Anyway, I'm going to ban this person because he is like fucking lost his mind because he said police are socialist. He's doing the socialism is when the government does stuff, and the more the government does stuff, the more socialism it is. How do I deal with the I'm a better leftist than you brain rot? I'll keep